Hey everybody, this is Mark with Apple Tech 128, and in this video we are going to be checking out the Fiffin USB microphone. Now, by first looking at the price, you may not think that it is actually that good of a microphone because you really can't get anything really great for that cheap, but surprisingly it sounds not that bad. The build quality of it is surprisingly nice. It is built mostly out of metal, and it has just a really great overall design. I have no complaints about that at all. Now, how does it sound? Well, this entire video is going to be using that microphone. So you're hearing it right now, and you're going to hear it for the rest of the video. Taking a look around the outside, we do have this sort of retro feel with a squared off outside for the mesh, and inside we can actually see the microphone unit itself. When you plug it in, it does have a blue LED light showing you that it is on. It also has a pretty nice headphone jack on the back, so you can monitor your audio with pretty low latency, so that is nice. And also does have a dedicated volume knob on the front. Now, this volume knob is not actually for the headphones, it's actually the input gain on the microphone. It's a really nice and easy way to adjust the volume of your microphone, and you don't have to do much of it in the software. Now, I do recommend keeping this volume up fairly high because this is just a tiny bit noisy. I noticed that when the gain was a little bit low and I did raise it up in the software just the slightest bit, there's a little bit of hiss and noise in the background. It's something you don't really see with higher end microphones, so that's something to keep in mind. On the bottom of the microphone, we do have a USB type B port, so this is a pretty chunky USB connector. Not something you usually find, especially on microphones, but they do include a fairly nice cable. It has metal caps on the end, so the end should not fray at all. It should hold up pretty nicely, and for the most part the cable is a decent length. It does cover pretty much the length of most desks, so you can put your computer a little ways away and you should have no issue with this reaching your computer. One nice thing about this is that they do include an adapter, so you can use this microphone on a boom pole. As you can see, I have my Blue Yeti on an arm, and using the adapter that they include, you can put this up on there, which is a pretty nice addition. But if you don't want to do that, they do include a fairly nice metal stand, but the way you can adjust it is just a little bit strange. We have a pretty solid base at the bottom, but included is 3 different pieces, and you can choose how many pieces you want to put in, and that will then raise your microphone up. So we can input one of the pieces into the stand and get a really low microphone, or we can do all 3, but it's really only going to raise it just a tiny bit. So unless you have a desk that's really high, or you're willing to bend over and talk into it, or you have an arm, the stand is okay, but not that great. As for microphone technology itself, this is a cardioid microphone. It does pick up from the front, a little from the side, nothing from the back, so it's somewhat directional. However, this only does have one mode. The Blue Yeti has 4. You're only going to be stuck with cardioid on this microphone, so that's something to keep in mind. But for most people, for voiceovers, podcasts, that sort of stuff, you're not really going to need much more than that setting. So it's not a huge issue, just something to keep in mind and to note based on whether you are going to be using it for bi-directional interviews or just a single person voiceover. Other than a few of these issues and downsides, it's really not that bad of a microphone. For around $40 or $50, it's actually a pretty good buy, and it's really rivaling the quality of my Blue Yeti, which is at least double the price of this one right here. I definitely recommend this, and if you want to pick it up, I'll drop a link to it down below in the description. If you have any questions or comments about this microphone, let me know down below as well. If you like this video, leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. This is Mark with Apple Tech 128, and I'll see you in the next one.